How are we doing, people? It's Nex from Game of Theories with your breakdown and predictions video following the Game of Thrones Season 7 finale preview. Now that the mission north of the wall has been wrapped up, we really are starting to close out a lot of the plot lines, so I think this episode will be very similar to the last one in that there are only going to be 2 or 3 plots that they will follow. The first one is obviously going to be the continuation of the political issues at Winterfell that Sansa has been dealing with, and hopefully they're going to wrap things up this episode. Littlefinger is still trying to play the Stark sisters against one another, and on the surface it looks like it's working, but I honestly think that it's just too easy. Look a little deeper and you can see the cracks in Baelish's scheming that will for sure be his undoing. The fact that he planted the scroll for Arya to find, then told Sansa that he didn't know how Arya got the scroll. If Arya drops that bomb to Sansa, then the game's up for Peter. Also, there's the confrontation between Sansa and Arya where things looked like they were about to get really ugly, but for me, this was the moment where if Arya wanted to kill Sansa, this would have been the time and place to do it, but she didn't. And lastly, then there was Baelish hinting to Sansa at using Brienne to eliminate Arya if necessary, and I think Sansa saw right through it, which is why she sent Brienne away, to kind of avoid that temptation. I think my first ever theory almost a year ago was about how I thought Littlefinger was going to die in season 7, and honestly, it's only a matter of time before he's found out, and once he is, it's only going to go one way. Question: how would you like to see Peter die? Not how do you think it will happen, how would you prefer it to go down? The second plot I think they will follow, but one that doesn't feature in the promo, is what the Night King is going to do next. I feel like it would be a huge letdown if they don't show us how the Night King actually gets past the wall this season. They literally have the most perfect cliffhanger to leave us on. So, we now know that he has this undead dragon, and already there is a huge debate as to whether it's a white or a white walker. All I know is that I'm praying we get to properly see it in the next episode. One thing I'm going to be looking out for is whether they change the wall in the opening credits of the finale and show us maybe a gap in the wall, or if it's just completely destroyed. Now then, the biggest part of this episode is going to be the third plot, which is the showdown in the Dragonpit. It looks like literally everyone is there except for Daenerys, so unless she's hiding somewhere behind her crew, she's probably just hanging back with Drogon and Rhaegal. It's great to see that the Unsullied made it back, and we can see them outside the gates of King's Landing, backed up by the Dothraki horde, ready to storm the capital if anything goes sour during this meeting. The other person I was looking out for though was the Hound, because he was the one that actually took the White with him from Eastwatch, so surely he has to be somewhere in this picture. Whilst this is probably going to be the best opportunity for them to give us Clegane Bowl, or at least tease at it a little bit more, I don't think anything major will kick off. If you can remember the season 6 trailers, they pegged the Tyrell army like they were going to rush the Sept to get back Margaery and Loras, and in the end, they didn't do squat. I think this is just a warning to Cersei, like showing their strength and sending a message. Touch anyone and you will lose the capital today by any means necessary. This is going to be the first time we've ever seen Jon and Cersei interact, and I am genuinely pumped for it. I'm hoping that Jon's straight talking can cut through Cersei's ego. I don't think for 1 minute she will want to join them or help them, but it will be for sure the start of a separate path for the capital. Once the Iron Bank hears they're not at war anymore, why will they need to fund them? Will Cersei still give them back the gold if that's the case? Let me know how you think this meeting is going down, and I want to see some details. Will some people die here? Will they just talk things out? Or will this erupt into an all-out war? This finale is going to be 121 minutes long, and even though I think the biggest part of the episode will be on King's Landing, I think there has to be some room in there for other content. They've been teasing plenty enough about Jon's lineage this season, but please, for the love of God, I hope they throw some visions in the mix. Or at least give us some information about the Night King and the White Walkers. 7 episodes to go until this entire thing is over. Sooner or later, they have to reveal more about them. The last shot I want to talk about is this one of Theon almost collapsing to the ground on the beachfront. For me, I think this is him either just getting to the shore at King's Landing or returning to Dragonstone following the meeting, and something has rocked him. That fall on the knee, it's like he's just endured something awful. Perhaps his sister Yara being killed by Euron. Alright guys, let me know what it is that you're looking forward to the most in the finale, what is it you're hoping for, and how do you think the season is going to end? 7 blessings to you all, and I'll see you guys later.